Yeah. Well, hi all, welcome back. TJM, the Jagman. We're currently in my Waggy garage. It's probably more called a Waggy hospital for old Jaguars at the moment, because I've got 3 broken down cars here. No nice ones. So, well, I've been away for the last couple of weeks, been down to Tasmania riding my big GS BMW motorcycle through the wilderness with 220 other blokes and girls. And that was fun. You'd describe it like a Targa Tasmania on motorcycles. And come back with no injuries. We did 4,000 kilometres. We got into a little bit of trouble here and there. We caught the ferry back over. That was fun doing the ferry. We had great dinners, and it was a really organised, a well-organised event. But we're back to reality again, and what have we got to do? Well, I've got to get this thing on the road. I've got to get it so I can actually move it and get it going. So the plan today is to clean out those fuel tanks. We're going to try an unorthodox method of washing them out with high pressure water, see if we can get the rust out of them. Then we're going to attack those solenoid return valves and the one in the boot, see if we can get them working. If we get them working, we might be able to get some fuel in that thing and get it going, just so we can get a car on the road. And then we might be able to attack these old girls later on. But after today, we are heading tomorrow it is. We're heading to Swan Hill, and I'm taking Ken, my black XJS convertible. So we're going to do a road trip, and I'm going to do a video of that, heading down there and meet a few of the XJS owners. So we're looking forward to that. So I want to get this done today. We're heading back to Sydney early in the morning, and then heading down to Swan Hill. Cheers, guys. Well, let's get stuck into it, shall we? I've just removed the tail light, and we're going to take out the fuel sender and see if we can get the camera down there to have a look to see what's going on in that tank. It's looking pretty rusty. We sort of expected that. And it's still moving. Still going up and down. Though it probably still works. Okay, well that's on upside down, so that's showing full. And the gauge is working, it's going up. So that sender unit's working on the right hand tank, so that's just a plus. So okay, so we're attempting to get the rust out of this tank the best way we know we can without having to remove the tank. So I'm flushing it out with a hose. And it seems to be working. That's one flush. She's got a lot of crap in it, but I'm still wanting to succeed with this. I think we can get most of this stuff out. Give it another flush. And another one. That's looking a lot cleaner. I'm just going to let it run for a bit and swirl it around a bit more. But I don't think there's any rust left in that tank. She's clean. Well, we blew the old pickup filter out of it. It's knackered. But I can't seem to be able to buy these. If anyone knows where you can get them from, it'd be nice to put some new ones on there. Okay, so I think I'm pretty comfortable that I've got most of the rust out of that. So we'll take the tail light off this end and we'll give this one a flush as well. It's going to look ugly. We'll remove that fuel sender lock ring now. They remove them, they're anti-clockwise, tighten them up, they're clockwise. Oh, this is the original one. That other one on the left-hand tank has been replaced. This one's original. It's never been out. So we'll test that to see if it works. If not, we can take the cover off it and give it a little rheostat a clean, see if we can get it working. I've just removed the drain on the left hand tank. It's looking pretty clean. A little bit of fuel came out of that one too, which I had drained earlier, but no rust came out of it. So let's see how we go with the water. Heats and heats and heats. See that, guys? Loving it. Give it another blast. Might have to do some surgery on this one. She's frozen solid. Don't know if we can recommission it, but we'll give it a go. We picked these up pretty easy, second hand anyway. Well, I pulled apart and cleaned it up a bit. Surprising, it was still full of fuel. It was amazing how that thing without a gasket was holding fuel in there. So it actually doesn't look too bad inside there. We'll just give this a bit of a clean up and put it back together. And back together, looking a little bit cleaner. And the float's moving nice and comfortably now. It's nice and clean inside. Just do a bit of brake fluid clean. We'll see if it works. Okay, we've hooked it back up and that's sitting in full position. Let's see if our fuel gauge goes up to full. Turn it on the left tank. Ignition on. What's happening? Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. So I've hooked up the sender again. It's in full position. And she's not going up. Well, I pulled it apart again and just bent the electrode over a little bit. but it's still not working, so we'll have to search for another one of them. They shouldn't be too hard to find. It's a shame really, I thought I'd get it going, but it didn't. I'm going to replace that though, because I don't think that's going to hold too much, and I've got a few of those left over. Okay, pretty happy. I've cleaned those fuel tanks as good as I can get them. I didn't use the pressure wash, I just used the hose, because we got a lot of good pressure up here, and I think that was sufficient enough, and I wouldn't have been able to get the nozzle into the hole for the pressure washer. So first of all, let's attack this changeover valve and have a look inside it and see if we can get that to work properly, and then we might go for the ones behind the wheel if we get time. Take the wires off it. Those hoses nice and loose. Not my favourite pastime doing this stuff. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Hopefully they don't have nuts on the other side of that, because I won't get to them. Get that little mother off. Oh yes. Okay. Let's just give that a blowout and hook some power up to it, see if we can get the clicky clack. I've just tested it, it's out, and it ain't working. It's been scribed in there that was put in 1099, so it's not the original one, but it blows fluently from the left tank, but the right tank just doesn't open up, even though it clicks when you change the fuel switch over. Okay, I just sprayed some penetrating oil down it and gave a little tap with the persuasion tool, and it's now we put power to it, it opens and closes, so it's working both ways now. So we'll stick that one in, we know it's working good. Okay, what I've worked out is when the switch is over onto the right tank with the power on, that powers up the switch to open up the right tank. When you switch over the left tank, it cuts the power off, so it just blocks the right tank and allows it to go for the left tank. Okay, next job, wheels off. Oh, look at those, we've got some pretty nice looking KYBs and good springs there. That's good, won't have to change them. And there is this little cover off here, and dive into that changeover valve and just give it a clean and make sure it's working all right. So we'll clean up those screws first before we get it off. It's been already off because half the screws have washers on, the other half don't have washers on. it's out. Pain in the neck really. It's so dirty. Got to do 2 of these. We'll just try it and see if it clicks and see if we can clean it like the other one. No date on it. I think there's about 150 bucks each, so if you can avoid having to replace them by just cleaning them. So we'll just put this on the battery and see if we get any power. So that way, try this way. And she's not moving. Okay, a bit of persuasion here, might have to do something. So when you went to hit it with 12 volts, it's meant to close it up. Otherwise it stays open. Okay, we'll pull the other wheel off. This nut's a little bit tighter. Okay, this one's a little bit crooked even. Yeah, it's crook. Yeah, she's pretty knackered, that one. Yep, some more off. These wheels haven't been off this car for a long time. Well, at least this one isn't. One more nut, a bit higher. She's actually seized onto the... This wheel hasn't been off for ages. Big guns. Looks like it's done. Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah. Rusty to that guide. Okay, it's out, so let's give this a test. Okay, positive, that one, negative. Okay, well that one's working, so that's a good sign. I have to buy one. Well, we're going to let those tanks dry out for a week or two from any water that's still left in them, and then I'll blow them out again. Okay guys, I think it's going to be a wrap, I think. What we've established today, it's been a big day. We've got to head back to Sydney. We're going down to Swan Hill on Thursday for an XJS border run, which I'm going to do a TJM vid on, and that'll be pretty exciting. But we got a lot done today. We got those fuel tanks clean. I was really happy with that. They've still got rust in them. We know, guys. I'm going to put some filters in prior to the before the pump, so they can pick up a lot of crap that's still in there. And there's still another one after the pump. We'll get some fuel in it. We'll run it. We only need one solenoid valve, opening, closing. This one doesn't work. This is an aftermarket one. This has been replaced at some stage. It is different to the one on the right-hand side tank. The right-hand side tank was original. This one's not. And this one has failed. We'll get that in. It's still been in there for a fucking long time. I don't know how long. get one of them. I may have one of them in my Boxo parts. I'm not too sure. I have changed one before, and I know I have a good one. Whether it's a left-hand one or right-hand one, they are different. I'll have to work on that. I can't remember it. But we'll catch you on, this is a short video, but we'll catch you on the next episode. We're working on this Series 3 V12. I'm going to get it running lovely, and I'm going to make sure you guys see it running lovely. That's a priority. Beyond those two, maybe I'm working on them as well. So thank you. Thumbs up, please. Plenty thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That really, really helps. Thanks, guys. Catch you in the next episode.